I'm sure, in the next hour. For more on this story, I'm joined now by Tshwane Mayor Stevens Mokhalapa, who is joining us on the line, I understand. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for your time. Firstly, I just want to get this from you. When did the people who are participating in this march apply for the march to be legal? I'm looking for a specific date. When was this application received by Tshwane authorities?
Well, good morning, colleague, and good morning to eNCA. I think it has been doing the rounds, the march for the total shutdown on the 29th. We have been picking it up in social media and in WhatsApp groups. But what I can say is that the Metro Police is ready. I think and I believe we must have received the application last week because on Friday there was the joint operations meeting where they were planning for the march. So far, what I can say is that it's been quiet and peaceful. We haven't picked up any violent action or closing of streets. We know the streets that they will be using to go to the Union building.
All right, Mr. Mayor,
and they've been cordoned off. Mr.
Mayor, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, just in the interest of time. So you're saying you did receive this application from marchers last week, so the assumption would be you had sufficient time to approve it, so why did you decline it?
Well, look, I mean, when you look at it, I don't understand if you do what would you decline if you make preparations for the march. Because of the march, we have approved the roads towards the Union building. That is where the march is going. So when you approve such things, you look at the point where people will be converting and then their procession march towards the Union buildings. So that is what we have at our disposal.
Mr. Mayor, the residents are saying that they want better service delivery. For example, they want low electricity rates, and the issue of water has been an ongoing issue, particularly for areas like Hammanskraal. How is the city addressing these issues?
Well, definitely, Koli. I mean, the issue of electricity, as you are aware, by the way, all our basic services haven't been increased for this year. We've kept sanitation at the same price, at the same amount. We've kept the waste removal at the same amount. We've kept everything. Suffice to say, electricity is always not in control by the city because of its ESCOM. And NERSA is the ones that approve those tariffs. So once NERSA and ESCOM has increased their tariffs, we don't have any choice but to increase our electricity. So it's out of our hands. All those that are at our hands, we have kept it to we didn't increase them because we understand the economic hardships that people undergo. So we've kept all the basic services and we've increased on our social package where we are providing free 100 kiloliter of water and 12 kilowatts of electricity. So we've kept our side of the bargain in terms of the social package. All the residents that have got property less than 150,000 will be getting free basic services. So they won't be paying for their rates and taxes. So that is what we've done. And we are talking about 80,000 people who are on the indigent registers. We've got an indigent policy that caters for the poorest of the poor. So our social package is very much solid, and we've got a pro-poor budget. So we have tried to offset the challenges faced by, the economy, and we have worked hard to make sure that we do that. On the water side, as I said, the Hammanskraal water, we are continuously monitoring it and making sure that it is clean. The latest tests that we've done have showed that the water is drinkable, it's okay. So that is what we are doing. Again, going on the second round of the accelerated service delivery intervention, where I'll be going to all the 7 regions starting today to view and see what the level of service delivery is on the ground.
Mr. Mayor, in the interest of time, very briefly for me, if you've kept to the end of your bargain, as you say, are you saying that the grievances by the people who are protesting today are unjustified?
Well, look, I mean, there is a backlog, of service delivery. I wouldn't want to debate and argue against that. But the essence is that there is movement to make sure that we rectify and we catch up on the backlog of service delivery. The areas you are mentioning, the Mawiga area, Mabopani, Winterfeld, Harangu, and Hamaskar, has got a huge backlog of roads and stormwater. And that is why the capital budget that we will be spending for this for the next financial year from July will be focusing mainly on those areas to deal with the backlog of roads and stormwater and fixing the pipes and also ensuring that we provide water and electricity. So the 4 billion capex budget, about 800 million, which is a one-third, two-thirds of the budget will be spent in Region 1 to deal with the backlog.
All right, Mr. Mayor, very, very briefly, I know that I'd asked you the last question there, but I'd like to just get this from you. So how do you plan to treat this march, given that it is unauthorized? Just very briefly.
Well, they would proceed to go to the union buildings. They've got a right to march. They are not coming to the city or to myself. They said they want to go to the union buildings, so they will go to the union buildings. They will be treated as much as like any other by-law enforcement and traffic law enforcement and road traffic in policing. So if they behave and do peaceful as they claim they are, then they should be able to proceed peacefully and deliver their memorandum and disperse peacefully.
Thank you very much for your time.